What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Stronghold Crusader video. This one's going to be a little bit interesting. So if you didn't watch my last video or catch it in the beginning, I actually started modding and messing around with AIV and AIC files, and I spent a lot of time on Marshal because I was like, oh, like who's someone I think should be stronger, who doesn't really reflect their original character, and Marshal popped into my head, so I have completely revamped him. I've made him probably too strong. So I've got him against Abbott here. Let's turn this down so we can watch these lords take off. First, you're going to notice I've changed Marshal's castle, of course, here. Let's bump this up so he gets it built. Then we can totally stop and talk about it. Abbott is a pretty tier 2 to tier 3 lord, especially in this. He's not bad at all. Runs a very good economy, has a lot of money, uses monks. Marshal is going to be able to contend with him pretty easily, if not win this game. I don't know, I've actually never had him play the Abbot before. I watched him contend with a Saladin for quite a long time though. While this game is going on, first you're going to notice his raids are just a little bit bigger there. I did up those horse archer raids. I've got him utilizing all of those stables now, something he definitely should be. Something else you should notice is some big towers with some siege in it. Yes. So the way I've always thought about Marshal specifically is that, you know, obviously he's from the original Stronghold game, and he comes in and he's kind of your mentor. But when you meet him, he doesn't really have a lot of supplies or a lot of troops. He is kind of missing a lot. A lot is left to be desired here, and the way I am playing or I have designed this castle is Marshal is used to not having a lot. He does not want to have a lot again, and so all of his he also prioritizes army. He's not a king. He doesn't really know how to run an eco that well. He's more of a knight. I mean, Sir Longarm, right? So he prioritizes his weapon and his weapon making, and he defends that the most. He never wants to have no army again. He never wants to be controlled by anyone else again. That being said, I also allow him to stock up his stockpile quite full. 180 brick is his minimum. 25 iron, sorry, not minimum, but he's allowed to, is his maximum. 25 iron is max, 100 wood is his max, so that even if he loses most of his castle, he can still come back pretty easily here, which is very good. Something else to note, you know, I try to leave some of the original Marshal in there, you know, still the trebuchet defense, and not too protective, you know, of his granary. You know, as long as he has his army, he'll be okay. Super protective there. So yes, very powerful on this one side, but not too powerful here. You know, a very easy way to destroy him is just to simply hit him on this side and take out his granary. I allow him to stock up more food now, less selling. Made his economy a little bit more efficient, although it's already still pretty good. But he's not totally beefed out here, just pretty intimidating on this one side. I allow him to buy crossbows for those towers only, as well as a little bit protection on the outskirts there. He now sends out a little bit of swordsman to do his bidding there. It's also something to note. Also, I've added in that he now raids with archers. Because this person gets moats, he will also use archers to undig those moats. Yes. Abbott with the fire. He's at +3 for troops. So I guess the way his personality is more portrayed in this game is that he's a happily giggly dude. The way I always kind of saw him in this game though was more of like this gruff old man, not really like a wolf, but you know, he's been through it. He never wants to feel as low as he did against the wolf. So he's very strict, but very fair. Like, yeah, because he's a knight, he also prioritizes care for his soldiers. That's that +3 coming in there, and that's also why he stacks up so much food. Is he always wants his soldiers to be well fed. Stuff like that I kind of took into consideration when kind of revamping this base here. Of course, sectioned off his castle. As a knight, been to battle, he should have a pretty solid castle design, I think. As well as I leave more men on defense for him. You can see here some archers and a good number of swordsmen are left, as well as maybe 1 or 2 knights sometimes. We can certainly watch him go on the attack here. Same trebs, battering ram, occasional catapult. Catapult follow-up for siege usually doesn't ever get that much gold though. That's just in the off chance that he does here. Looking like he's gonna step on all this pitch. I'm trying to start getting through some of these monks here. Problem with Abbott is his economy is just so good. I mean, look at that, 45k gold. I started him with 40. So I mean, he really hasn't hit a dud at all here. He's gonna be throwing against Marshal here into the 3 towers. Obviously, it's gonna be a very good defense here for Marshal. You can break it. I've watched Saladin break it. Saladin repeatedly attacked against these 3 towers, was able to break it. I've watched Wolf break it as well, so I haven't made him the best lord in the game. Have I made him a lot more powerful? Yeah, I have. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. Here we go. Another attack here. Coming in, he's really just hammering this right side here, able to gun down this tower with his archers every single time. Able to throw in a good amount of swordsmen as well. That's +3 on those swordsmen. I'm sure he likes that. Swordsman gonna be able to get through here. And well, with the king, there is an archer there. Is gonna touch the king. Is gonna get the kill. That was just lucky timing. Abbott was sending out an attack of his own. But yeah, that is my Marshal. You can see Abbott's economy is still better, but Marshal is not too far behind. Other AIs that I've touched is Sultan. Of course, you know, I had to buff him up too. If you ever played Stronghold Crusader 2, I'm kind of making him like the Khan, but more like water garden-y. So he's gonna live in like a water garden-y, like ton of moats running through his castle. Also like a more horse archer based, like super raid style. Not really like let's attack. It's gonna be all like let's just, you know, raid with horse archers and be annoying. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little of what I've been kind of toying around with. I mean, this is my first time doing any of this modding, and that's kind of what I had come up with so far. Otherwise, I've really just fixed AIV files, housing issues on Philip, housing issues on Lionheart, stuff like that. I've never really tried to totally revamp something. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.